nice tempo. Goes baseline, watch out.
Oh, my!
Oh, baby! All the way down the runway for a big-time throwdown.
That's a lot of fans out there.
Look at that! The drama keeps continuing, Jenny.
This is just brilliant.
He strikes. Starts as you mean to go on.
But this is the danger of the top two guys, and that nuclear weapon that is.
Whoa, hello, goodbye. Score! In the back of the net. And shoots, score!
Of Serie A action. We'll bring you so much of it here on DAZN.
Magnificent. That is tremendous.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Going deep for it all. Devontae Smith. He has got it. Touchdown.
Your Eagles are world champions again.
DAZN is the home of boxing.
Really spurs you on, gets you going.
Let's make history. Pure power. There's no way back from this, surely.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
The world has been waiting for. The judges are ready. The fighters are ready. The boxing world is ready.
The fight starts now.
Let's go.
How do you like it? On the show.
So aggressive, so focused.
It all comes down to this. With a corner knockdown. Still the undisputed champion of the world.
Fight night, only on DAZN.
And we welcome you to Fight Night in Stockton. Matchroom Boxing is touchdown in the Central Valley for our main event later tonight on DAZN as two undefeated super middleweights go at it. The 24-0 Diego Pacheco going up against the 26-0 Lele Sadjo on the line out the door. They bring the heat and the spirit and the energy here in Northern California, especially for some of their own, and we'll have that as well. Again, all coming up later tonight on DAZN. Right now, it's time for Before the Bell.
It is over. And what a message to the super middleweight division. What a knockout. Right on the money. What's a lead hand? Oh, brilliant right hand.
Real star.
Timing them, waiting them out, landed nicely. Clinical finishing ability.
And it's a live look inside Adventist Health Arena here in Stockton, California. Main card coming up, again, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific here on DAZN. And it'll start off with the WBC interim super bantamweight title tilt between Skye Nicholson in her third fight at 122 pounds, taking on an opponent who she called her most accomplished and perhaps toughest opponent she's going to face to date here in her pro career, in the Mexican and former champion Julianne Luna. Ernesto Tito Mercado back in action. It's been over 300 days since we saw the 24-year-old at 140 pounds, fresh off his stoppage over Jose Pedraza in Vegas. A shoulder injury sidelined him for much of 2025, but he is healthy. He is back. He will be in the ring tonight against Antonio Moran, and that one will be for the WBO International Super Lightweight title. The co-feature, Gabe Flores Jr., Stockton's own, on a 6-fight win streak. He'll be in the ring against Wales' Joe Cordina, who's come all the way to California for this WBO International Lightweight title tilt. Again, WBO title eliminator, the winner, will be in good position to challenge the current champion, Abdullah Mason. And then the main event, Diego Pacheco, 24-0 with 18 knockouts against Kevin Sadjo, 26-0 with 23 knockouts, a combined 50-0 with 41 stoppages. Someone will taste defeat for the first time here tonight. We're going to get you started with our prelims, though. 4 fights for you here on Before the Bell. It'll start off with a couple of Stockton products. That's Cesar Olvera as he takes on Victor Saravia, a fellow Stockton native, and Zachary Sam will be in the ring against Mexican Brandon Medina Guerrero. And then Chef Clark back in action. Second time here in the States. He'll be taking on Anthony Holloway in an 8-round cruiserweight contest. Our main event on Before the Bell, Arturo Cardenas. He is going for a 15th straight win as he takes on Cesar Vaca, a tough Mexican, for the WBC Continental Americas Super Bantamweight title. That's scheduled for 10 rounds. So 4 good fights for you here on Before the Bell, leading into the main event, which will feature Diego Pacheco for the 3rd time in 2025. And there you see him making a big move in between his last couple of fights, and we've seen the knockout power since he arrived as a pro. He's now been a pro for 7 years, still just 24 years of age, and he has put together some impressive performances coming off his last 2 wins, both going the distance against proven fighters. Here's another proven fighter in Marcelo Coceres, another one that ended in a stoppage over Maciej Sulecki in LA. Great body shot from Pacheco. He has shown power from the start. He's shown how to utilize his range, and he has shown the ability to box. But here he takes on a bull in a china closet. Kevin Sadjo has been able to pull off some upsets. He's been also to assert his power from close range, standing at just 5'8". He's fighting at 168 pounds tonight. You see the knockout power. The numbers don't lie. 23 knockouts in 26 fights total. So the undefeated native of Cameroon, now residing in France, makes his way to the U.S. This is from the summer. Again, we talked about him going the distance, and by him, Pacheco, against Steven Nelson in January, here against Trevor McCumbee in July. And the cut forced some blood to flow from McCumbee, may have made him a little hesitant, but Pacheco showing the ability to box as he tries to keep climbing the rankings among the sanctioning bodies at 168 pounds. We are ready to get the show started here in Stockton. The doors are open. Fans are filing in. It's time for our first fight on Before the Bell. Cesar Olvera and Victor Saravia. Without further ado, we'll go inside the ring with David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Stockton, California, USA. We are live on DAZN for a big night of world-class professional boxing. We begin tonight with a 4-round lightweight contest set to make his ring walk. Please welcome venomous Victor Saravia.
Well, the purpose of a party is to have fun together. And a successful party needs marijuana.
Well, the 32-year-old former Muay Thai champion, Victor Saravia, he makes our first ring walk of the night here in Stockton. He's from Southern California. He's 1-6-2, though he's never been stopped or dropped in the boxing ring. This is his 2nd fight of 2025, and it's the first time that he's fighting more than once in a calendar year since 2022. Saravia said the periods of inactivity were because, simply, he gave up. He felt he didn't have the right people teaching him the art of boxing. That's until he met his current coach, Anthony Sims Jr. Yes, that's a familiar name to Matchroom fans following the fight scene in the U.S. He is a former Matchroom fighter, but now Saravia's in a good place, says he keeps his circle very small, sticks with his trainer, his team, his family, makes everything happy with those people around him, and he is ready to try and shine here in the ring. On paper, though, he knows he needs to change the end result as he's searching for only his 2nd win in what is his 10th pro fight tonight.
And now entering the arena, please welcome Cesar, the Great Olvera.
Well, Cesar Olvera is one of 6 fighters on this card based from the state of California. He is one of 3 Stockton area based fighters, and the 24-year-old is 1-0 just 6 months into his pro career. He's been boxing since he was 14. He was involved with Team USA Boxing as an amateur. He stepped into the ring for the first time as a pro in June, earning a second-round knockout over Jace King on a card promoted by Gabe Flores Sr. That was the card that Gabe Flores Jr. had his last fight. He earned a win over Christian Arreola to set him up for that showdown in our co-feature later tonight against Joe Cordina. But first, it's Olvera looking to make Northern California proud here on Before the Bell. It's a proud moment for a 24-year-old. You can see the smiles. He's searching for the friends and family that have made their way into Adventist Health Arena. He's soaking this in, taking his time, and there's been a couple of these Stockton area fighters. They had a twinkle in their eye all week talking about how surreal of a moment this is, where you have a large platform in Matchroom in their hometown of Stockton.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good evening and welcome to Stockton, California, USA. We are live on DAZN for a big night of world-class professional boxing. It's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. We're sponsored tonight by Bet Online, Chicken Ranch Casino Resort, Events 365, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Drip, Riyadh Season, the 10% Club, and Everlast. All of tonight's bouts are sanctioned under the auspices of the California State Athletic Commission. The executive director is Andy Foster. Introducing your 3 judges scoring this contest from ringside: Joel Farbstein, Melissa McMorrow, and Brian Tsukamoto. And at the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, Michael Margato. Now, ladies and gentlemen, 4 rounds of boxing scheduled in the lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears the black trunks. He scaled 132 pounds. This 9-fight veteran hails from Los Angeles, California. Please welcome venomous Victor Saravia. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the white trunks with the silver trim. Official weight 131 1/4 pounds. Professional record, 1 fight, 1 victory, and that victory came by way of knockout. He fights out of San Leandro, California. Please welcome Cesar, the Great Olvera.
Fighter Chief, second. Let me see your mouthpiece. Get your mouthpiece in. Pop it in for me. Get your mouthpiece in. All right, look. Coaches, belt line looks okay here, but I'm going to allow legal blows here in the middle of his letters here on his trunks and above, okay? Same here, little about the top of these shorts, up and above. Those are legal blows. You both received the instructions in the dressing room. Let's have a good, clean, hard-fought fight. Obey and listen to my commands at all times. Touch gloves. God bless you both.
Michael Margato, third man in the ring as we get going here for our first bout of the night here on Before the Bell. 4 rounds, 135-pounders going at it. Cesar Olvera in the white trunks and Victor Saravia in the black. First of 8 fights tonight from Stockton, all leading into the main event later on DAZN. Diego Pacheco, Kevin Sadjo. Right now, it is Olvera and Saravia. Justin Shackle with you. We'll be joined in a few moments by Ray Ford as we move along here in Northern California. Olvera 1-0 from nearby Tracy, California. Local prospect with ties to the Flores family. And Saravia, the former Muay Thai fighter, just trying to get his boxing career back on track. During fight week all the festivities, the press conference, the weigh-in show. Oliveira was talking about having a big-time fight on this kind of platform near his hometown. He said, I've seen this coming. I've pictured a night like this in my mind countless times. And he said he's already went through situations like tonight in his head a billion times. He feels naturally confident and prepared as he just misses a hard-throwing right hand.
Watch out, fellas. Get your arms up. Stop! Don't punch. Step out. Let him go.
Oliveira is 4 inches on Saravia, standing at 5'9". Saravia creeping in, missing in with that wide-range right, counter right, landing by Oliveira. And Saravia said he didn't have an amateur background, came through as that Muay Thai fighter, became champion. The left hand lands by Oliveira. And Saravia went 20-3 as a Muay Thai fighter, then began boxing. Oliveira doing a good job keeping his head off the line. Missing those right hands and a snap jab by Cesar Oliveira. And the left hand lands. Counter hook from Cesar Oliveira. Saravia lowering his level, and that may have helped Oliveira as he timed up a beautiful right hand and a crisp 2-punch counter. Saravia stepped too slow with an overhand right, and then a close range uppercut led by that left hand by Oliveira. He has been accurate here in the opening round as Saravia gets a jab in past the guard of Oliveira. Oliveira's been throwing that jab at will here in the opening round.
Stop! No knockdown. Give me your gloves. Keep your head up, okay? 10 seconds.
No knockdown there. Good opening round for Oliveira. See, at certain points in this round, Victor Saravia doubling up the jab. It allows him to close the distance, but Oliveira very accurate in the first round, leading the way with that jab.
Back up. Back up. Something's good.
Oliveira being a pro for 6 months, trying to improve to 2-0 in his young career, and looking for a second straight stoppage. Oliveira's been boxing since he was 14, competed at the national level as an amateur. He's busy with Team USA boxing. He's had the size advantage here over Saravia in this 135-pound matchup. Good right hand connect by Saravia, but it was met by a right counter to the body by Oliveira. Just a 4-round fight. There's no time to kind of settle in and try and find your rhythm. You have to have it straight out of the gate. A limited amount of time to make an impression on these judges. Check left hand, landing by Cesar Oliveira. See a very poised and calm looking Oliveira with his body language. Just waiting to connect on those shots. There's a thunderous right hand that backs up Saravia. And he's hanging tough. Again, he's never been knocked down despite that 1-6-2 record. He's never been stopped. This is a tough combat sport veteran. Another right hand swiped past Sarabia. There's that jab. And I think Oliveira knows he can go back to any which point he'd like to. Oliveira really taking advantage of that long reach that he has here on Sarabia. Less than a minute to go in round number 2. Sarabia coming in with a couple of connections, but he's met immediately by that right-hand counter. And Oliveira stays mobile.
Seconds, you guys. 10 seconds.
Sarabia showing more aggression near the final bell of round number 2. But he has to figure some stuff out here over the next 2 rounds against Cesar Oliveira. Again, utilizing his long reach and taking advantage of a predominantly stationary Victor Sarabia. Take a look at some of the action from round 2. Connections like that from Sarabia, there just haven't been enough to offset the aggressive and accurate punches that you see right there from Cesar Oliveira. You see Sarabia, again, his coach Anthony Sims Jr., a former matchroom fighter from Southern California, as we're underway here in round 3. Sarabia trying to use that double jab to the body to close that distance. Again, Oliveira taking advantage of that target that's right in front of him.
Punching it out, let that arm go. Cesar, let his arm go, stop holding it.
This is a big opportunity for some of these young Stockton fighters. All led by Gabe Flores Jr., who will be in the co-feature tonight against Joe Cordina. Main card on DAZN. We'll start up at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. A lot of these Stockton fighters, they appear on the shows in the Central Valley in places like Stockton, like Jamestown, which is nearby, closer to Sacramento. There are 2 power punches landing by Oliveira. And they've been able to carve out the start of their pro careers. And those fights have been put on by Gabe Flores Jr.'s father, Gabe Sr. And here on the big stage, on a matchroom bout, Cesar Oliveira trying to impress in front of his hometown family and friends.
You got a cut from an accidental headbutt in his left eye. You okay? You okay? Okay. All right.
Oliveira looks clean.
Time in.
At the cut on the left eye of Victor Sarabia. So an accidental headbutt in round 3. Left uppercut comes in, followed by a right hand by Oliveira. And another right uppercut. The counter just waiting for Sarabia. Oliveira clicking on all cylinders over the first 2.5 rounds. With Sarabia hanging tough. He is a durable fighter, and he can withstand some power punches. Now you see that cut above the left eye of Victor Sarabia. You can see the kickboxing, the Muay Thai natural stance. It's in there with Victor Sarabia. Oliveira seems to be in a solid rhythm here in his second pro fight. Able to dodge that right hand by Sarabia. Good two-punch combo. Capped with that big right hand, torpedoing in on Saravia. Well, we're through 3 rounds, and Cesar Oliveira is working on a sweep here in our opening bout on Before the Bell. There's that cut that was caused by an accidental headbutt in the 3rd round. Take another look at some of the action in round number 3. The punch accuracy, it's been there through these 3 rounds for Cesar Oliveira, the 24-year-old trying to improve to 2-0. And there is the headbutt that opened up that cut above the left eye of Victor Saravia.
Let's go. Get him out. Come here. Come here. Come here. You got your mouthpiece in? Let's go. You guys are doing great. Let's go.
4th and final round underway here in Stockton. Cesar Oliveira trying to stop his 2nd straight opponent to begin his pro career. Saravia, he's been on a quest for that 2nd win in his pro career for 4.5 years now. But again, never been put down, never has been stopped. You can see the damage, though, that's been sustained on the punch by the punch accuracy of Cesar Oliveira.
Don't hold him, Caesar.
Oliveira staying sharp, timing up Saravia, despite Saravia being the one throwing more punches here in the 4th round. And there's that jab that's been there since the opening bell. That long reach for the 24-year-old. And standing at 5'9" as a 135-pounder. Slightly above average for fighters in that division. Overhand right landing by Saravia, but Oliveira ate it nicely.
Now, let that left arm go. Stop! Stop! Now punch him. Punching it out. There we go.
This is the first of 4 bouts here on Before the Bell. Coming up, it'll be another Stockton product. Zachary Sam against Brandon Medina Guerrero. Then Chev Clark back in the ring against Anthony Holloway. And Arturo Cardenas takes on Cesar Vaca. And Ray Ford will be joining me for bout number 2 in a matter of moments here on Before the Bell. Cesar Oliveira trying to close out the first bout in style as he's been in control, despite Saravia being more active here in this final round. Well, this is the sharpest that Saravia's looked over these 4 rounds, but still Oliveira in control, containing the pace. And it's that jab leading the way. Saravia still hasn't had an answer for that long jab by the 24-year-old out of Tracy. Final round bringing plenty of action, and the crowd that has filed in here into Adventist Health Arena, they're making some noise for the local product. The 24-year-old, perhaps seconds away from a unanimous decision win and improving to 2-0. Saravia is trying to make it as difficult as possible for Cesar Oliveira. Precision, range, all there for Cesar Oliveira in our opening fight here in Stockton. That was a good round for Victor Saravia. Probably his best round of the fight. Knew that he was likely trailing on the cards, but Cesar Oliveira, he looks like a boxer. He looks like a fighter who could be able to build a nice foundation as a prospect here in the Central Valley of California and try and stack up matches at this point. You know, he's got 6 months between his 2 first fights. You want to get into the ring as much as possible. We talked about those shows that the Flores family has put on here in Northern California. But it's still tough for some of these young fighters to land matches. As we take a look at some of the highlights from this first matchup here on Before the Bell, that long reach serving Oliveira very well. Starting with the jab, but that right hand comes out of the chute awfully hard. And he was ready to go with some counters against Victor Saravia. Right there, another one. And at a little bit more close range from Victor, or from Cesar Oliveira, rather. Saravia fought through that cut. And he looks like a fighter who knows what's about to come from the judges' scorecards. Again, never been stopped in his career, never been put down. Good test in a 4-round fight for a prospect like Oliveira, and he passed the test with flying colors. And it looks like we're moments away from David Diamante being ready for that final scorecard read to make it all official here in Stockton. We're ready to go and make this one official between Oliveira and Saravia.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of action here in Stockton, we go to the judges' score totals, and they read as follows. Joel Farbstein, 40-36 for Oliveira. Brian Tsukamoto and Melissa Gomora both scored the bout 38-38. We have a majority draw.
Well, 2 judges scored 38-38, a majority draw to open it up in Stockton. A little surprising. Cesar Oliveira winning one of the judges' scorecards 40-36 outright. The other 2 38-38. So we get a majority draw. And, well, that looks like a relieved Victor Saravia. So that is how the first fight here on Before the Bell will end. 3 more coming up, and plenty more after that, leading into the main card on DAZN at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific here in Stockton.
And now entering the arena, please welcome the undefeated Giorgio
Visioli, fighter that has the world at his feet. A real onslaught, classy boxing from Visioli, Pat. Fantastic left hand, so spiteful, so menacing.
I started kickboxing at around age 8. Did that for 10 years. Did really well and made a transition to boxing at age 16, and yeah, been at boxing ever since. Won multiple national titles, 2 senior ABA titles at 2 different weights. Got put on Team GB, decided not to take it. Went pro, and we're here now, and 8-0 now. Wasn't very academic, but just wanted to get a bit active outside school, so just went into the kickboxing side, martial arts, discipline, and every day after school, and then competing on the weekend, and just growing and growing and growing. My dad's been taking me everywhere since the age of 8 to multiple competitions around the world. It's like, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today, I believe. all the motorway driving and all that, and yeah, he's taken his time off work as well to take me around, and yeah, I can't thank him enough, really.
This is Italy, where faith and football are one, where legends, gods, and icons of the past echo into the heroes of today. This is a land where gladiatorial battlegrounds sit alongside blood-lit fortresses, cauldrons of passion and drama. Witness the symphony of Italian football, where beauty and chaos collide in the hardest fought league on the planet.
Absolutely relentless.
This is Serie A on DAZN, where the drama is unstoppable.
As you can see, plenty of action coming up on DAZN in the weeks and the months ahead, both boxing and on the pitch as well. We're back here in Stockton. Justin Shackle, joined by the former featherweight champ, Ray Ford, as he is close to making his return to the ring in 2026. We'll talk about Ray, as he's going to be calling some fights here on Before the Bell as well. We're ready for our second bout, so let's go back inside the ring with David Diamante.
Infinitely recyclable aluminum.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues with the 6-round featherweight contest. Set to make his ring walk, Brandon 45 Medina.
There's a 26-year-old Brandon Medina Guerrero. He's 7-3 out of Mexico. He's coming off a much-needed win over Kevin Ayala back in March. Before that fight, Medina dropped 2 straight matches against unbeaten prospects. So all 3 of his pro defeats have been against unbeaten fighters. But Medina is looking to begin a new streak tonight, trying to pick up his 2nd consecutive win while trying to improve to 4-1 in fights on U.S. soil.
And now entering the arena, please welcome Stockton's own Sam Zachary.
It's always fun watching the crowd in these early prelim cards, because it's always a bunch of family and friends, especially when you have a local area fighter such as 24-year-old Stockton native Zachary Sam, who you see on your screen right now, making a ring walk on a matchroom card in his hometown. All part of a week that he says has felt like a dream. He's been thinking about moments like this since he first stepped into a boxing ring. And now he feels his time's here. He's 4-0 with 2 knockouts, last winning a majority decision over Duel O'Guin in April, and is now moving up to his first fight scheduled for 6 rounds. He anticipates that those 2 extra rounds are going to allow him to maybe slow down, actually take his time, but let the moment come to him. He's not only stepping up in rounds, he's also stepping up in quality of opponent, as Sam is looking to record his first win over a fighter with a winning record.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues from Stockton, California, with a 6-round featherweight contest. Introducing your 3 judges scoring this contest from ringside: Joel Farbstein, Melissa McMorrow, and Brian Tsukamoto. And at the sound of the bell, your 3rd man in the ring, referee Edward Goyantes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 6 rounds of boxing scheduled in the featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears black and silver. He scaled 124 3/4 pounds. Professional record, 7 victories, 3 defeats. Peleando desde Morelia, Michoacán, Mexico. Damas y caballeros, Brandon 45 Medina. And his opponent across the ring fighting out of the blue corner. He wears black trunks. He's scaled already 125 1/2 pounds. Professional record, perfect. 4 fights, 4 victories, with 2 of them coming by way of knockout. Representing the 209, Stockton, California, please welcome Sam Zachary.
Mouthpiece, please. Mouthpiece. Perfecto. Okay. Aquí arriba son golpes legales. Here and above is legal blows, okay?
Okay.
Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Obedézcame, protege a todo momento.
Okay.
Choca.
Thank you.
Suerte.
Getting ready for our second fight. Zachary Sam. In Medina. Again, Justin Shackle. Ray Ford with you ringside. Ray, we could finally welcome you in, man.
Yeah,
welcome to Stockton.
I was waiting.
We had a lot of items to take care of before we got to Ray. But we have 2 featherweights going at it. Both want to get to a place that Raymond Ford has been at the top of this division. Sam in the black trunks with the double S's on the waistband. 45 for Brandon Medina on the back waistband, those black trunks with the silver trim.
Sam starting off with a good jab already. I like that from him.
I like when current fighters can call fights in a division either they're currently in or had been in, and especially you. I mean, you scaled the top of 126 pounds. You're able to watch and observe the new wave of fighters coming through the division.
Yeah. It's always exciting to see them on the come up and turn their life into something that they always wanted to be.
Fast start from Sam, who stands at 5'11", able to make 126 pounds with a frame like that.
He's 5'11"?
He's 5'11". He was standing next to Eddie Hearn during the press conference on Thursday. I mean, Eddie's obviously well over 6 feet, but I mean, Sam did not look like he didn't belong there.
Yeah. He don't look 5'11" right here.
What he's listed at, he's got some big shoulders, a wide frame.
Yeah.
He's been a pro for just under 3 years, looking to improve to 5-0. Hasn't been as busy as a typical prospect just starting out. Again, made his pro debut in April of 23, and this is just his second fight of 2025. He said it's been hard to start up the pro career with a good pace of fights on the calendar, on his schedule. He said a lot of scheduled fights have fallen through.
Yeah, that got to be frustrating, especially, being a young prospect.
Medina trying to pick off his second straight undefeated opponent. He's lost 3 of 5, but we talked about it. The competition, it's been going up, and it looks like Sam has hurt Medina as he takes a knee to the canvas. First round knockdown by Zachary Sam.
7, 8, 9.
Well, I don't know if Medina, as he just gets up now.
Right back down to the bottom.
On the count of 8, he rose to the floor, took his time, and with 20 seconds to go, Sam could be looking for the kill shot. Sam feeling it here in the first round.
10 seconds.
It is going to be an uphill battle for Brandon Medina if he's able to beat the bell here in the first. And he does, but look at the demeanor of Zachary Sam. Pretty much saying to Medina, I'll be back for you.
Asked me to ask you.
Take a look at some of this action from the first round and see, again, the punch accuracy from Sam. Beautiful shot to the body.
Yeah, that was a beautiful setup right there. I think he should go right back downstairs, stay down there.
And when you know you flooded the basement,
Mouthpiece,
you want to throw more water there.
2, okay? Mouthpiece. 2. Let's go.
It takes some time for the pain to that body shot to wear off. You can see a red marking right over the liver of Brandon Medina as we get started with round number 2.
Good jab.
Snapping the head of Medina back. As a fighter, how much momentum do you gain from knocking your opponent down in the first round?
I guess it depends on the fighter. For me, I kind of like don't let it get to my head too much because you never want to run into, you know, unnecessary shots and things like that. So I try to stay composed. But a lot of people, you know, they build off of that momentum.
Medina lands a right hand. Talked about Sam's frame, making 126 pounds as a 5'11" fighter. He told us he typically walks around at 138 pounds, so it's really not hard to make the featherweight limit.
Yeah, that's because he's still young, though.
Yeah. Metabolism catches up for all of us.
Exactly. Action kind of slowed down.
Good combo from Medina, ends it with a double jab.
Kind of look like Sam playing with his food right now.
The block of that right hand by Sam. Started boxing at age 8 with his father, Lincoln. So he could essentially protect himself. His father and grandfather both boxed when they were young. And he began training with Gabe Flores Sr. right when he started boxing. They were in the same gym as the Flores family. He considers the Flores family an extension of his own. Went 70-6 as an amateur.
Got to give credit to Guerrero for taking that body shot and, you know, coming back and still fighting, still being here. Shows the heart.
And really throwing more hands in this round than Sam.
Yeah, exactly.
Medina met with that jab by Zachary Sam. It's not just Sam with some fans in the crowd. Medina out of Mexico. He has his supporters as well. 25 seconds to go in round 2. Sam just has that look. He's ready to pounce. Just time up the action for that one shot that could send his opponent again. There's that body shot, Ray. Comes back upstairs with a left hook.
10 seconds.
Good jab.
It's a better round for Medina, but Sam still looks like he's controlling this action.
Yeah, I like that round from Medina. He definitely, you know, did good and put more combinations together and made Sam work a little bit more, think a little bit more.
And from what we saw from the judges scoring in the first round, again, that might be enough of a round for Medina to win.
Yeah, exactly. Just by being active.
Sam will turn 25 in March. Tall featherweight trying to build up his resume.
3. Mouthpiece. Atrás. Let's go.
Here we go with round 3. This one's scheduled for 6 at 126 pounds. Between Zachary Sam in the all-black trunks and Brandon Medina in the black with the silver trim. Sam trying to earn a win in his first fight scheduled for 6 rounds.
I want to see Sam mix.
Oh, there's a right hand. It stumbles Medina back.
He was setting that right hand up. this whole fight.
And Sam looked like he pressed the turbo button to start the third round. Second knockdown of the fight for Zachary Sam. It comes on a beautiful left hook.
8. Aquí atrás. Un paso. Regresa. Manos arriba. Okay, guantes. ¿Quieres continuar? Okay, let's go.
Yeah, he's hurt.
And plenty of time for Zachary Sam to close the show in impressive style here in Stockton.
Good body shot.
Medina doing all he can to battle back here against Sam. Sam shaking his head right in front of his opponent as if to say, you have nothing for me tonight. Gonna walk him down and counter effectively. Medina hanging tough at the moment, exchanging here with Sam, but you can hear the thud from the punches of this 24-year-old from Stockton.
And he's trying to get creative in there. I see him do a little pullback. He's in there thinking.
Medina landing a left hook, then a jab. Sam continuing to come forward.
Off his head. Stop. Step back. Atrás.
Medina has been stopped once in his pro career.
I think Sam is letting him off the hook a little bit too much, though.
Not as much ferocity from Sam that we saw in the first half of this round.
Yeah.
Slowing things down as the seconds tick away in the third.
Maybe he's trying to get some rounds in.
We talked to Sam in the fighter meetings this week. He's a very soft-spoken
10 segundos, 10 seconds.
24-year-old. And he talked about moving up from 4 rounds to 6 rounds. Thought he could maybe slow down, take his time more, because there's always an emphasis to do as much as you can in a 4-round fight. And it's all working for him here in his first fight scheduled for 6.
Yeah, 4 rounds is kind of like the same as being in the amateurs.
Yes.
Don't really have that much time, so try to get as much done as you can.
Here's where the knockdown happened in round number 3. This is a beautiful left hook, connecting perfectly. All started, though, by that right hand.
4, mouthpiece. 4.
Yeah, it did look like Sam took his foot off the gas a little bit. You credit Medina. There was over 2 minutes to go when that knockdown happened, and he's able to hang tough.
Yeah, he's definitely tough. Didn't show any quit yet. Still in there trying to figure it out.
The left hand narrowly missing the mark from Zachary Sam. Looking to beat his first opponent with a winning record here in his hometown of Stockton. And Medina not afraid to exchange here right in the middle of the ring.
Oh. Good right hand by Medina. Even Medina's trying to get creative in there. See him slip the jab and come across with the right. Good try.
know, as we see Medina working, you talked about him trying to get creative. When you narrowly miss with certain punches like that, in real time, what are you able to take away with you to try and convert moving forward within the match?
Just trying to, you know, get the timing a little bit more better, set it up a little more better. Just you know, working on perfecting it. You know, you could continue trying it though. I don't think he should, you know, go away from it, because just because it don't land that time doesn't mean it won't the next time.
You got to keep going to the well.
Yeah.
This is around again. Sam, who gets met with that left hand by Medina, slower out of the gate than he was in the third round. Well, he has controlled the pace nicely.
Yeah, he knows he has this fight under control.
He's already scored 2 knockdowns. He's trying to improve to 5-0. Grew up about 15 minutes away from Adventus Health Arena here in Stockton, a place he says that if it's not for boxing, it could force young kids to really fall into bad habits and fall in with the wrong crowd. But he had boxing for him. He had the Flores family and his father to guide him. And here he is in the biggest arena in his hometown, putting on a nice show against a winning fighter. Zachary Sam being tended to in the corner. There's Medina. 2 more fights to go here on Before the Bell, including the U.S. return for Chef Clark. He's dropped 2 straight. His opponent, Anthony Holloway, also has lost 2 in a row. They'll be in action next in a cruiserweight battle. Arturo Cardenas will take the ring against Cesar Vaca as well in our main event. Then it's the main card on DAZN, beginning at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific from Stockton.
I think Sam should step on the gas this round and focus on getting Medina up out of there.
Sam pressed the gas here in round 5. Medina trying to match the movement with Sam. And he got knocked down in the first with a clean shot to the liver. Got rocked by a left hook in the third. He's able to stay put in the match with over 2 minutes to go in that round. It would be a nice accomplishment, even in defeat, if Medina is able to go the distance.
Medina still trying.
And this is a fighter that came to win.
Yeah, definitely.
Jab and a good combo with that left hand from Medina, finding a home.
That's why you can't play with your food. You don't want to take unnecessary punches.
You don't want this match for Sam to go from, oh wow, dominating performance that featured 2 knockdowns to him letting his opponent off the hook and it goes the distance. Because there have been openings to maybe seize the moment and end it.
Exactly. And I still think, you know, he can get the job done and get him up out of there. He just got to, you know, step on the gas a little bit more. Stop playing. I think he's looking for like the perfect shot.
Okay, stop. Atrás, no golpes. Let's go.
And Sam 4-0 with 2 knockouts. Perhaps looking for that perfect shot.
10 seconds, 10 segundos.
Yeah, he wants that right hand.
Staying put in the holster. Here's some of the action for round number 5. It's a slower Sam, and this that probably the combination of the round, and it was for Brandon Medina. For this fight, Sam said he was working on adapting in certain situations, though he hesitated to share what those situations were. And he said, watch out for the left hand upstairs. It's a punch that he favors, and we saw it around through, but he also said, I like my right as well. I've knocked out a couple of opponents with my right.
Mouthpiece.
Let's see if he goes for it. I think he will.
Yeah, what will it be here for Zachary Sam? More of what we saw in round 5, or the type of pace that we saw in the beginning of round 3? Sam coming out busy in the 6th. So's Medina, though.
Oh.
He's been answering them all fight. Connected with the right hand moments ago.
There it is.
There's that left hand. Leans cleanly on Medina. Ate it well. The hand's busy for Zachary Sam here in the 6th and final round. He wanted that one.
Yeah, he wanted that right. I think he should set it up. Should do a little shoulder feints in there.
Are you surprised he didn't go back to the body as much, given of what we saw in the first round?
Yeah, I am. I haven't really seen him like try to go down there as much. What I've been seeing is him trying to load up on that right hand.
Fight out. Didi Gopez, separate yourselves. Let's go.
Edward Coyante is telling these 2 youngsters to keep the action moving as Medina lands a clean punch upstairs. Brandon Medina's shown pretty good resiliency, trying to get through this fight and go the distance after being knocked down twice. The left hand landed on Zachary Sam. He's stepping forward. He's slowed down a bit since the start of round 6.
Yeah, I think Sam should go to the body, throw some feints in there, and I think the big shot will come.
The right elbow's been extended. There is an opening there.
Yeah. Good shot.
Been a couple of like that for Medina. Again, we wonder, based on what we saw in the scoring from the first fight, that led to a majority draw where it didn't look like a majority draw.
Yeah.
If Medina's maybe able to sneak away with some rounds here.
Ten segundos, 10 seconds.
Good body shot. That was a good setup right there.
Final seconds here in round number 6. There's a left hand. Medina looked like he felt it, but the bell sounds, and he is through this 6th fight contest, despite being knocked down twice by Stockton Zachary Sam. Looking really sharp at times, but again, left you wanting more after seeing the dominating way he was able to put his opponent down.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was a good performance. It could have been great had he stepped on the gas and, you know, put a stamp on his performance. But it was still overall a good performance, something to, you know, go back and learn from and, you know, continue to get better.
Seems like he did enough to earn the win, so you get the W, and then you go back and watch. You do learn from this, like Ray said. You see his father, Lincoln, as we take a look at the action.
That's a beautiful shot right there.
That was right at the bell. So Sam, likely moments away from improving to 5-0. That knockdown in the first. Medina, again, hanging tough, exchanging with Sam. Fighting off being knocked down a couple of times. And he goes the distance here in Stockton. Two fights in here on Before the Bell, about to make this one official as these two fighters go the distance in this 6th-round affair. Let's go inside the ring with David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of action here in Stockton, California, we go to the judges' score totals. Melissa McMorrow, 60-52. Brian Tsukamoto, 59-53. Joel Farbstein, 58-54. All three. For your winner by unanimous decision, he's still undefeated, Zachary Sam.
Stockton Zachary Sam picking up win number 5. Gets his hand raised in front of family and friends at Adventist Health Arena, improving to 5-0. He put his opponent Brandon Medina down twice and picks up a unanimous decision win here in the Central Valley. 2 fights in here on Before the Bell. Plenty more to come here tonight on DAZN.
Which one of these 2 lions will leave Wembley as the face of English boxing? It's over. There's no way back from this.
Oh, big left hand. Unbelievable. Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury lock horns all over again. Is Italma the heir apparent? And he's just done it. Round 1. Destruction. He's out on his feet. They've stopped the fight. Virgil Ortiz. These shots are really sweet from Stevenson.
No love lost between these two.
Dimitri Bivol, Archer, to be the undisputed light heavyweight champion and seal his place in history.
Red roll. And the news. Come on, Ed! Hey! I ain't bothered.
I love my family a lot, so this one's for them for sure.
We got him!
For 2026, I'm coming for everything. This is what I dreamt about. You know what I mean? Both of us going to war, and you see what I did. We stepped into Monster's world, and he got KO'd.
The Locker Room, the new home of DAZN's boxing content. All your big hitters, all in one place.
I am not going to stop until I am pulled off of this guy.
The Locker Room takes you further than the ring.
Daniel, don't disrespect me. Daniel, don't disrespect me. Can't put this church.
Where rivals collide before the bell.
I personally think you're a bit of a don't really like you.
Where legends are eternalised.
Welcome on board the rivalry line.
And prospects rise.
I do not want to be average. I fear being average.
More exclusive content than ever before.
Look at that blood. You remember what's coming.
Welcome to Inside the Ring, boxing's official show of record. I'm your host, Max Keller.
Where boxing lives, breathes, and never stops.
I never thought being with Matchroom I'd be doing stuff like that.
Weekly content from all your favourite creators, promoters, and influencers. The Locker Room. Only on DAZN, the global home of boxing.
Here comes a shot, and there's the opening goal. He's able to shoot the gap. He makes a play.
Took an uppercut there when he was tight on the rope. He didn't see him coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues with an 8-round cruiserweight contest set to make his ring walk from Peoria, Illinois. Please welcome Anthony One-Way Holloway.
Back here in Stockton, ready for our third bout on Before the Bell. It'll be in the cruiserweight division. Chef Clark, Anthony Holloway. As we take a look at the tail of the tape, 34 years of age. And here's something very interesting. Both these fighters will celebrate their birthday tomorrow. How they do it probably depends on the final result of tonight's match. They share a birthday tomorrow. They'll share the ring here tonight. And both are coming off 2 straight losses. So both needing a win badly to revive their careers, turn it around. Holloway's looking for his 10th pro win. Clark, the former British Olympian, entering here at 10-2 with 7 knockouts. Was last in action over at Tottenham on the first Conor Benn-Chris Eubank Jr. clash in the spring. And he is looking to bounce back after moving over to California to train full-time with Virgil Hunter. Hoping that it'll all pay off as he makes his return to the ring and his return to the United States. Second time that he's fighting in the U.S. Made his U.S. debut in August of 2024 on a Diego Pacheco undercard as well on the Pacheco-Zuletsky show. And he'll now have to try and get Anthony Holloway out of the way. Here is the 31-year-old, again, soon to be 32, Holloway. His birthday's tomorrow, so is Chef Clark. These two fighters will get into the ring. Only one's going to have a happy birthday. And they also, again, have lost 2 in a row. Holloway enters at 9-3. He's coming off a loss to the prospect Jamar Talley on the Ring Presents the Underdog show during the Canelo Crawford fight week in Vegas. Holloway won 1 round on 1 judge's scorecard. The other 2 had it as a clean sweep for Talley. Holloway has looked hesitant at times during his last 2 fights, but that should serve as a good measuring stick here for Clark, with the latter, again, also losing 2 straight.
And now entering the arena, he fights out of Gravesend, Canton, England. Please welcome Big Chev C4 Siobhan Clark.
Well, as he is set to turn 35 tomorrow, the 2020 British Olympian is determined to get back where he believes he belongs. Siobhan Clarke walks to the ring at 10-2 with 7 knockouts, but on the heels of those 2 straight losses, most recently in April, a 12-round unanimous decision defeat to Vidal Riley for the British Cruiserweight title, and that's after he hit the floor in the first round of a lost split decision to Leonardo Mosqueda last December. Clarke's in his second fight with new trainer Virgil Hunter. He moved over to Hayward, California for this camp, less than a 2-hour drive from Stockton. A new perspective, a new mindset, new surroundings. Clarke is hoping it leads to new success and his first win since August of 2024, because the alternative could be a career crippler.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Stockton, California, USA, the action continues, and it's all being brought to you courtesy of Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. Introducing your 3 judges scoring this contest from ringside, Rudy Barragan, Mark Lyson, and Brian Tsukamoto. And at the sound of the bell, your 3rd man in the ring, referee Michael Margado. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 8 rounds of boxing scheduled in the cruiserweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears pink with bronze trim. He's scaled 198 1/2 pounds. Professional record, 9 victories, 9 defeats, 3 draws, with 7 of his 9 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Peoria, Illinois. Please welcome Anthony One-Way Holloway. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the Arsenal red. He scaled already 199 1/2 pounds. Professional record, 10 victories, 2 defeats, with 7 of his 10 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Gravesend, Kent in England. Please welcome the former WBA Intercontinental and the IBF International Cruiserweight Champion, known as Big Chev, C4, Siobhan Clarke.
Chev, you get your mouthpiece in? Get your mouthpiece in? Get your mouthpiece. All right, look. You both received the instructions in the dressing room, okay? Let's have a good, clean, hard-fought fight. Listen and obey to my commands at all times. Touch gloves now. God bless you both. Let's go.
Well, when Chev Clarke is at his best, he has an aggressive style that makes him an exciting watch. The fundamentals and the footwork are there. He wasn't an Olympian by mistake. He likes to come forward, use his pace to close the distance with his opponents, but he's shown some struggles with consistent pressure in those last 2 fights. And when you take a look at the numbers, the CompuBox numbers, in that last fight with Riley, as we get started here, Clarke was credited with more power punches despite Riley landing far more total punches. So can he overcome mistakes against volume punchers? And we'll see if Holloway is just that in this fight. He's in the fuchsia trunks with Chev Clarke in the red trunks.
Good stab down to the body from Clarke.
Both fighters have dropped their last 2 fights. Their stab right hook, or right cross by Chev Clarke to the body. Clarke yesterday weighing in just under the cruiserweight limit, 199.4. Holloway at 198.6. Good size on both gentlemen. Relatively the same height. Clarke at 5'11", Holloway listed at 6 feet.
That's my next weight class I'm going up to.
I mean, you were sparring with Jake Paul.
Yeah. He gave me the confidence. I can move up.
Stop! I got you. Put your head up. Watch your head, guys. Step back. Good job.
Trying to go over the top with the right hand.
Hands free, guys. Punch out. Punch or get out on your own. Stop! Come on, I got you. Full step back. Good job.
What do you like to watch for when you see fighters at the heavier weight classes?
I like to see power. I like when they knock each other out. But if they got the skills and like the speed, you know, and all that too, like that's also like a plus. Like I like to see skills.
Hands free. Let him go. Let him go, Anthony. Punch or get out. Punch or get out. Let his arm go. Stop, stop. Don't punch anymore. Stop punching. You can't punch while you're holding it. Step back. I told you that.
This week, Clark said coming off that first loss as a professional was difficult, but as far as the last fight against Riley, Clark said he let his ego take over, and you can't change it. He said he now has to come out here tonight, show why he was that Olympian, why he is as good as he thinks he is. You learn a lot from a fighter who has tasted defeat 2 times in a row.
Yeah. Holloway going for the home run.
Yeah, Holloway on the press here in the opening round.
Once you get out, guys, let that arm out. Get your arms out, 10 seconds. Listen for that bell. Time! That's it.
Who won that round?
It's a good question. A lot of close range ugliness. See Clark receiving instruction from Virgil Hunter. Been with Virgil for 8 months now. Holloway gets instruction from his corner. Anthony Holloway, a veteran journeyman, not shying away from those recent defeats. He is someone who's going to force his opponents to compete.
Mouthpiece, back up for me. Mouthpiece.
Busy night as the crowd continues to file in here in Stockton. Main card on DAZN, coming up at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. And Chet Clark, one of 3 UK fighters on this card. Sky Nicholson's going to kick off the main card against Julian Luna, and then Joe Cordina stateside in the co-feature against Gabe Flores Jr.
I'm looking forward to that fight right
there. Me too. A lot of juice, a lot of fireworks leading up to the co-feature tonight between those 2 gentlemen.
Get off his head. Let him go, Anthony. You got to let him go. You're holding on. Stop, 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 stop. Step back. You got to let him go. Hands free. Punch out. You got to punch out on your own. Stop! Stop punching. Let his arm go.
I appreciate Michael Margado announcing his presence, not letting them dance in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, otherwise it would just be a sloppy fight.
Yeah. Margado's preventing this one from being uglier than it could be in the rounds that potentially could follow here.
Oh, he just missed.
Clark starting his pro career 10-0 with 7 knockouts.
Let that arm go.
Won his first pro title in September of 2023. Stopped El Azuro to win the British Cruiserweight title. Then went the distance in a win over Efetabo Rapaki in his U.S. debut last August. Holloway with a series of hooks there on Clark. Oh, good exchange from 2 gentlemen.
Watch your hands, Chip. Hands free. Punch or get out. Punch or get out. Stop punching. Stop punch. Let him go. Let him go. Pull your arm out. Stop! Stop punching. Gotcha. You gotta listen. Box.
Holloway looking for instructions from his corner.
Oh, he want that hook. Hook right hand.
Clark showing good movement and firing.
Get out. Stop!
Stab right to the body by Clark.
Left eye, red corner. Mark.
Holloway's trainer is giving him some good instructions right now.
What's he saying?
The uppercut. Clark is kind of leaning in a little bit.
Respect that belt.
Oh, good shot.
Caught Clark on the way in. May have stumbled him. And Chef Clark possibly saved by the bell there.
Good round from Holloway.
Despite the cut, Holloway perhaps with some renewed energy early on in this fight scheduled for 8 rounds. The most impactful punch of this bout coming at the end of round 2.
Yeah, messed his equilibrium up.
Oh boy. What will it mean moving forward in this fight? Clark opting not to sit on the stool here between rounds.
Mouthpiece in. Mouthpiece in. Time! Go over there. Wipe this off. You gotta lessen this, Ernie. Take some of this off.
Got a lot of grease on the eyebrow of Anthony Holloway. They take some of the Vaseline off.
All of it off.
Will Holloway be able to capitalize on that seemingly stunning shot that he was able to land on Clark at the end of round 2?
Stop! 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 Get back. Turn around. Stop the holding.
Good jab. Good hook.
I was hit.
I think Holloway might have woke Clark up.
Stop! Stop!
Did that punch that Clark suffered, did it knock him off his rocker, or like you said, did it catch his attention and force him to hyper-focus here in the 3rd round? Able to get inside, close the distance, connect with the body.
Yeah, he has a lot more intensity now.
Stop! I got you. Let him out. Let him go. Turn around.
Nice little stabs.
Yeah, Clark's been finding a home with those stab jabs to the body.
Hands free, fellas. Punch out. Anthony, get that arm out. Pull that arm out. There it is. Good work. Stop! Let him out. Don't crank his head. I got you. Good job.
That uppercut that his corner was calling for last round. Chef Clark staying pretty sharp on defense as these two try to deal each other a massive career setback.
Watch your back. Watch your back, shit. Off his head. Stop! Look at me. You gotta stop. You gotta stop the holding now. We talked about this in the back. Keep it clean.
I think Clark made a great adjustment, you know, getting all the way inside, not being at that mid-range or on the outside. He's touching that body.
It's distance Clark looks like he's more comfortable in, though he just ate a punch from Holloway as he tries to fight himself out of this predicament in round 3.
Hands free. Pull that arm out.
And that left hand being held by Holloway. Michael Margado warning Holloway earlier this round.
Hands free. Pull that arm out. There it is. Stop! Stop! Go. 10 seconds. Stop that bell.
Clark looked like he was wobbled at the end of round 2, recovered splendidly here in round number 3.
Holloway's body language seems like it's getting a little fatigue.
It's a lot of heavy breathing in the red corner with Anthony Holloway right now.
Don't involve me in this fight. The amount of holding he's doing.
Meanwhile, Clark, again, opting to just stand here. No stool, as he gets instructions from his trainer, Virgil Hunter. Clark told Lucas Cattell this week that when it came to his move to California, he said, hey, if I wanted to be comfortable, I'd still be at home. I had to get to a new level, so I had to become uncomfortable. He said, from discomfort comes great things.
Got your mouthpiece in, Anthony? Turn around. Time in.
Can Chef Clark capitalize on a solid third round here in the fourth? His fight scheduled for 8 between two fighters who have each dropped their last 2 matches respectively. Holloway along the ropes.
Pull your arm out. You pull your arm out. There we go.
For the first time, he disengaged cleanly.
Good body.
And good accuracy from Chef Clark.
Watch out. Watch out, guys. Watch out on your own. Watch out on
Nice
your own.
close range left hand as well from Clark.
Off his head. Off his head, Anthony. Stop! 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 Listen to me. That's it. Last warning. Do not do it anymore. I'm going to take a point. I asked you not to involve me in this fight, okay? Stop doing it.
It's bad body language from Holloway. Hands are on his hips. He's breathing heavily. The mouth's open.
Hands free. Punching it out.
The wall's closing in.
Stop! Stop!
On the 31-year-old from Peoria, Illinois. And
come here.
That was it.
Come here.
The warning's
You're
coming.
holding him
The
and
warning
turning him.
did come, we should say.
1 point holding.
There's
1
the
point
deduction.
Holding. 1 point holding.
I think that would be a smart way to go
Stop
out.
it. You're better than that. Fight. Time in.
Clark's doing a great job staying down there to that body.
Clark landing that clean right hand to the body, going to work. This is probably his most punishing sequence of the fight so far here in the fourth.
Watch your forearm, Chef.
It's getting sloppier and sloppier for Anthony Holloway.
Yeah, and those big misses is not helping. That's taking a whole lot more energy out of him.
The conditioning does not look like it is there at all for Anthony Holloway. Oh, Punisher right to the sternum. Chef Clark with a big blow to the body with that left hand. Right above the belt line. An exasperated Anthony Holloway shelling up here along the ropes. Less than 30 seconds to go. Holloway trying to fight back. It's going to take a whole lot out of a fighter.
Hands free. Back of the head, Chef. 10 seconds. Stop like that.
Clark pressing the gas in these closing seconds of the fourth. Just judging by the body language of Holloway, I mean, he's physically gingerly walking to his corner here. You wonder if it'll be waved off, but it feels like it's only a matter of time, right?
Yeah, I think his corner should definitely look to start throwing in the towel. Body language just doesn't look great.
The referee, Michael Margado, asking him point blank, do you want to continue? The answer is no.
Good job.
Fight waved off. Hey, Michael Margado with a fantastic performance as the referee, and we have a serious situation here as Anthony Holloway moves to the floor. Doctors are coming in. And he's going to need some medical attention. Holloway was on his stool and then collapsed off his stool. doctors, the commission, they are tending to Anthony Holloway here. Stretchers coming out. Chef Clark has won, but the attention turns toward the well-being of Anthony Holloway here. I mean, he struggled to get to his corner at the end of that fourth.
Yeah, that was it's terrible. I hope he's okay. Dangerous sport we playing.
You're not playing it, man.
Yeah, exactly.
This is exactly a prime example of why they say you don't play boxing. So Chef Clark snaps the skid. He's back in the win column, improving to 11-2. Gets the stoppage with the corner retirement, but again, the focus is right now on the health of Anthony Holloway as he lays down on his back near his corner, and a concerned Clark looks on as well. Scary scene here is they're giving Holloway some oxygen, and they are taking him out of the ring on the stretcher. The EMTs, California doctors here, able to roll Holloway out of the ring and out of ringside. And we send our best thoughts, wishes, and prayers to the health of Anthony Holloway. But Chef Clark will pick up the victory here in Stockton. Certainly a subdued celebration, rightfully so. Clark's main concern is he just watches Holloway being rolled away. It's got to be a really tough position for an opponent. He's going to get his hand raised, but you can't feel 100% terrific after what we just see. Let's go into the ring with David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Michael Margado calls a halt to this contest at 3 minutes of round number 4, declaring your winner by knockout. The winner is Siobhan Clark.
Chef Clark victorious. Again, a stoppage at the end of round number 4 over Anthony Holloway as he improves to 11-2. Just a really tough outcome you get the victory and you walk out of the ring with your mind elsewhere. One more fight to go here on Before the Bell, coming up at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. It is the main card on DAZN, including the co-feature. Gabe Flores Jr., Joe Cordina in a WBO title eliminator. The city of Stockton on the back of Gabe Flores Jr. He's won 6 in a row, and he's been training hard. Here's a look at the road to tonight for Gabe Flores Jr.
I think the hot copies hit harder than the cold copies for some reason.
I think so. I think for some reason, to me, it wakes me up more than hot coffee.
Yeah, I feel the same. Because I'll drink a cold coffee and smack it like nothing. Because it's so easy to drink. You drink hot coffee, you sip it slow and chilling. Maybe that could be it, you know? Pretty much fine-tuning today. You know, it's very, very, once you've been boxing this long, very minimal, you know what I'm saying? Just little things, but the little things count.
You know, you got training in the mornings, but then throughout the day, it's all about the recovery, what you do for your body, and then finish up with a workout.
People work out year round, but they don't take care of their body. That's why they call it overtraining. You can't be overtrained. If you're resting and eating properly, you're fine. You need those rest days though, so when they don't do that, that's when they crash. First of all, man, at 10 in the morning, there's really nobody here. So Gabriel has his own little privacy. You know, I always like this gym. We come here and get some sparring. I like the work, you know, so I think it's good for Junior. You know, I like to switch things up every once in a while for him. Change the environment, you know what I'm saying? So you don't get stale. Like, I think you stay in one place too long, you get too comfortable. You get a little stale, you know, so I like to switch it up and move it around a little, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's little Nishan Dev. 4-0 Matchroom. Good kid, like him.
I'm feeling great, man. Feeling well prepared. Better than ever. Excited and high spirits. This is an important fight, you know, the most important fight of my career so far. I know what I'm destined to be. So all you gotta do is go out there and do what we practice.
But this definitely has been his best training camp. 4 weeks out, he was ready to fight 12 rounds for sure. We're going through sparring partners like left and right. Gabriel's extra motivated for this one. It's the biggest fight of his life, so we treating it like that.
One of my toughest opponents so far, two-time world champion. He's gonna be in there and he's gonna give it all he got. You know, I don't expect him to come shy or nothing like that. He's gonna go balls out. You know, he's gonna strategize boxing, come forward, and you know he's gonna unload his gas tank. But I don't feel like that's gonna be enough. Of course, I got raw respect for him, but we're going in the ring. There's no respect when you step inside that square. So I mean, you know, he's a veteran. He's well knowledge and all that. But it's my time.
We gotta welcome Joe to the U.S. You know what I'm saying, and to the lightweight division. His first time fighting in the U.S. to fight in Stockton. It's crazy. That boy's in for the fight of his life for sure. I salute him for doing it. Two-time world champion, you know what I'm saying? What's there not to respect? But at the same time, you know, he's trying to take food off our table. So fuck that.
I think Joe, I'm not saying he's a brawler or nothing like that. He's strategic. But that's the only gear I've seen from him. And me, I'm versatile. I can switch into a lot of gears, do what I want when I want to, not when I got to, you know. But like I said, I'm well prepared. I'm ready for anything. Shit different. Ready to go round for round, punch for punch. We got that type of condition, baby. Excited and ready. Sealed up. It's time.
Tough night here. Yeah, just need to have a look, as Barry says. Is it beautiful? Yeah, that was a crisp right hand. There's Honey.
Yeah, you see the little steak and eggs, bro. Some protein load them. You gotta feed the champ good, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. An athlete that works this hard doesn't really have to diet too crazy. Just protein, you know what I'm saying? Less carbs, what you eat, no sugar, obviously, and the rest takes care of itself. It's only hard for people to do, like, they overeat when they're not training. Like, when they're off and they're not training, they're not doing anything. They eat crazy, and that's why they gain so much weight. That's why it's so hard to cut the weight. But Junior works out damn near year-round, you know, and eats good pretty much year-round, so it's not that hard.
You know, everybody asks me, like, how did you feel when you got those losses and you had to come back? Were you timid or anything? But I dealt with real life problems, man. Stuff that you can't get back from or, you know, make better. It's stuff you just got to handle. As a kid, I dealt with life trauma. You know, so like, those losses were nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, compared to life. That's why I was able to come back stronger and show you guys, like, that didn't faze me. I know who I am, and I'm going to show you guys who I am. Because, I mean, I lost my mom, one of the most important people to me in the world. The most important when I was 12. And before that, I lost my cousin, I lost my uncle, you know, all by gang violence. You know, it's just different, you know what I'm saying, growing up in Stockton and all that. Shit, that's why I got the fire in me. That's why I got that I'll never give up and all that, because I've been through life. You know what I'm saying? Real. Something that is hard to fight back in the ring. I love fair fight. I take that any day. You know, but You know, she made me who the man I am today. She passed in March, and I had a tournament in May. And my boss said, "Oh, you good? You ain't gotta go." I was like, "Nah, I gotta go. You know, I'm gonna fight for my moms." She loved to see me in the gym. She loved to see me follow my dreams. And she would help that she was a fan of boxing too. So she loved it all, man. So that's what pushed me, motivated me.
I was carrying a gun at 14 years old, you know. I was locked up from 12 all the way to 21, 22, you know. I was getting locked up, getting in trouble. But I had my kids, man, so it changed me. It changed a lot. So I didn't want that for my kids for sure. So that I had them in boxing and being the best dad I could be, you know. I had to be a little stern. You got to be stern with kids nowadays, because if they don't respect what you say, then they're going to do what their friends tell them to do.
Pops know how to cook a steak, for sure. That's one thing I give to him. We go to a lot of restaurants, we eat steaks at places, steakhouses and all that. And sometimes he'll look at me and be like, "My steak's better, huh?" I'll be like, "Yeah, it is. I'll give you that."
Kid was hungry. I think he's hungry, he's excited, and it's going to be a big hill for Joe to climb. And I don't think he's going to be able to do it.
You got a match coming up? A match, yeah, December 13th.
Welcome to our recovery room. As you can see, we have a couple hyperbaric chambers, and what they do is they help increase the flow of oxygen into our body, which is good for you for recovery, inflammation, and things like that.
That shit works, bro.
Yeah.
He's been feeling it.
Oh, yeah.
And he's been telling me I feel good.
Yeah.
He's recovering quick. Like for this morning, he's feeling good. We come here for everything the body needs: conditioning, recovery, you know, everything in one. And small little things seem tedious, seem like unreasonable, but it's the little things that help your body a lot. So we're taking every precaution we got to make sure my body's at the best that it can be at.
Today we are working on a lot of speed and power for Gabe. Right now we're working on some T-spine movements to help open up his spine. Especially when it comes to shoulder health, we got to get that shoulder blade movement. And then right over here, we're adding some speed into it to help increase his punching power.
This definitely has improved me a lot, and from conditioning, I felt it good. Just my core, my movement while I'm in the ring, so this definitely helps. And we're gonna keep on doing it and doing it even earlier. All that, this is gonna be something we always come back to do a lot. So because it helps my body, it's good for my body.
Gabe Flores Jr. will be in action in the co-feature here tonight against Joe Cordina, all part of the main card that you see on your screen beginning at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific here on DAZN. It'll also lead the way into the main event. Diego Pacheco, Kevin Sadjo, two fighters, a combined 50-0 with 41 knockouts. The landscape at 168 pounds, pretty interesting at the moment. Yes, Bud Crawford has 3 of the 4 main belts stripped of the WBC title. It makes it interesting for fighters in the position of Pacheco and Sadjo where they could go if they get their hand raised tonight. And here's a look at where we are at on Before the Bell. One more fight to go. Getting ready for our main event. Arturo Cardenas and Cesar Vaca coming up. These are two fighters, Ray, who spent time in Japan in the same training camp at the Tekken gym, and they found out that they were going to be fighting one another while they were in that gym, in that same training camp. That's pretty rare.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would approach this fight if I knew I was training alongside somebody. Yeah, that'd be kind of weird.
They did not spar. They were instructed to obviously not spar one another, so they are familiar with one another from a distance. And there you see the tail of the tape. Arturo Cardenas and Cesar Vaca. Cardenas at 16-0-1 with 9 knockouts, going for a 15th straight win. Vaca, meanwhile, at 19-2-1 with 12 knockouts out of Guadalajara, Jalisco in Mexico. He's an aggressive Mexican fighter. Cardenas, meanwhile, a rising contender at 122 pounds. And we welcome you ringside here on Before the Bell. Ray Ford, Justin Shackle with you, moments away from the ring walks for Cardenas and Vaca. And now it gives us great time to catch up with Ray here because there's a lot going on in his weight division at 130 pounds. And I know the most recent title fight, Oshaki Foster, able to outpoint Stephen Fulton. That was at 135. He said he's staying put at 130. I know you've been clamoring for that fight, even more now after we saw what happened with Foster and Fulton.
Yeah, I'm begging for that fight. Like, I hope my team, send an offer. Hopefully we can get it done. That's like the main fight that I want in the division right now. So, like, I'm super geeked over that. I'm glad that he put on a great performance against Stephen Fulton. So, he got a lot of momentum right now, and I want to be the one to, take that away from him.
So not only that, but early next year, February 28th in Glendale, you have Sugar Nunez. You have Emmanuel Navarrete going at it as well. I'm sure you're going to be paying close attention to that one.
Yeah, definitely. That's another fight that I'm going to be looking forward to seeing. And hopefully, we can – hopefully Nunez win because he's on our side of the street. And then, hopefully me and him could, make a fight after that fight happens.
Hoping that Ray Ford is in position to land a title shot at 130 pounds in the coming months. Right now, we're ready for our fourth and final bout on Before the Bell. Cardenas and Vaca. Let's go back into the ring with David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen from Stockton, California, it's now time for a special super bantamweight title attraction. Set to make his ring walk, please welcome the challenger, Cesar Vaca.
Like Ray and I were saying moments ago, it's not often you are sharing the same gym as your opponent at the time your fight is finalized and announced. But as two Mexicans on a business trip working in Inoue training camp at the Tekken Gym in Japan, that was exactly the case for Cesar Vaca, who you see on your screen, and Arturo Cardenas. Vaca is 24 out of Guadalajara. He's 19-2-1 with 12 KOs, and he's making his first ring walk on U.S. soil. Vaca described himself as an intelligent competitor in the ring, and he said you will be seeing aggression and overall the best version of Cesar Vaca in this fight against Cardenas, which will be for 10 rounds and the WBC Continental America's Super Bantamweight title.
And now entering the arena, please welcome the reigning, defending, undefeated champion, Arturo Cardenas.
Here is the young, the rising contender, Mexican Arturo Cardenas. He's 16-0-1 with 9 KOs in 4 years as a pro. He's trained by Robert Garcia, and the Boxing Academy has kept him really busy. Fought 6 times in 2023. 3 times last year, but he's been slowed down in 2025. He last fought on the Enes Staniones undercard in Atlantic City in April. He stopped his opponent Edgar Cortez with an 8th-round TKO, but after that he suffered a knee injury while sparring, and while he avoided surgery, Cardenas had to rest for months. It took him out of action for the summer, and he said he is 100% healthy for this fight. And he also said that while at Thursday's press conference that the dream fights for him at 122 pounds are the Naoya Inoues, the Junta Nakatanis. He later clarified in the fighter meetings that there is not one dream name on his list, only those that stand in his way of becoming a world champion. And in this moment, that obstacle is Cesar Vaca, and Cardenas plans to steamroll right past the Mexican in our Before the Bell main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues from Stockton, California with a special super bantamweight title attraction. It's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing in association with Toscano Promotions and Boxstars. This bout is sanctioned under the auspices of the World Boxing Council. The president, Mauricio Suleiman, the supervisor is Rudy Tellez. Your 3 judges scoring this title contest from ringside: Joel Farbstein, Melissa McMorrow, and Fernando Villarreal. And at the sound of the bell, your 3rd man in the ring, referee Edward Collantes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 10 rounds of boxing scheduled for the WBC Continental America's Super Bantamweight Championship. Introducing first, the challenger. He fights out of the red corner. He wears red with white trim. He scaled 120 3/4 pounds. Professional record, 19 victories, 2 defeats, 1 draw, with 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Peleando desde Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, here is the former WBC Box Bantamweight champion, Cesar Vaca. And his opponent across the ring fighting out of the blue corner. He is the defending titleist. He wears white with black trim. He scaled 121 3/4 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign as a professional with a record of 16 victories, no defeats, 1 draw, with 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Peleando desde Ceguayo, Michoacán, Mexico, here is the reigning, defending, undefeated WBC Continental America Super Bantamweight champion, Arturo Cárdenas.
Que mire, aquí y arriba son golpes legales, aquí y arriba son golpes legales. Obedézcame, obedece a todo momento. Obey my commands, protect yourself at all times. Touch close.
Melissa, Doc, Mark.
There is Arturo Cardenas, also goes by his birth name, Arturo Pacheco, living in Mexico, holds his training camps at the famed Robert Garcia Boxing Academy here in California. Wearing the white trunks, the black trim, and Cesar Vaca in the red trunks. The two fighters who found out that they were fighting one another when they were both in the same gym halfway across the world. They tangled here in Stockton.
I got a feeling this is going to be a great fight.
Yeah, Vaca had a 16-0-1 start to his pro career before a loss to Eric Robles in December of 2023.
Good feint.
Clean jab thrown by Cardenas. Again, this one's scheduled for 10 rounds. Cardenas recently has gone the distance in a number of his fights. His last one scheduled for 8. It took him 8 rounds to dispatch his opponent and stopping Edgar Cortez in AC. But he said he wishes that he started earlier and faster against Cortez. He's hoping that he could show off the improvements he made in speeding up his pace and also improving his defense. Ray, I'm with you. As these two fighters heat up, this crowd files in. I think this is the type of fight that fights here in the Central Valley these fans appreciate, and I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Vaca's last fight, he lost a unanimous decision to Sam Goodman in Sydney. That was back in May. Goodman went on to lose to Nick Ball in Riyadh in August.
Yeah,
trying to get back on the winning track. I wasn't going to bring it up. You did. Sharp combos being thrown together by Vaca. Good defense from Cardenas.
Good feint. Good body shot from Cardenas.
Cardenas coming forward with that right hand.
You sure they didn't spar?
They were told not to. They claimed they didn't.
just waiting for this fight to start heating up.
This will be Vaca's third fight in 2025. He defeated Joel Cordova in February, lost to Goodman in May, trying to bounce back here in Stockton. He's typically described as a fighter that tries to make life rough for his opponent. And he has those fast hands. But he led with his head in his fight with Goodman. It led to 2 cuts opening up in Goodman's face. That was later in the fight. Cardenas is the third unbeaten opponent that Vaca's facing in his last 5 bouts. Before that stretch, Vaca had only faced 1 undefeated fighter, not making his pro debut. So both were in the Tekken gym over in Japan for Takuma Inoue's training camp. Vaca spent 7 weeks there at the gym. Again, they were both told not to spar one another. It was on strict instructions from Robert Garcia to Cardenas, but while they were there, Mr. Honda told them, you can't spar.
Yeah.
And Vaca, and he was very businesslike this week, didn't reveal too much about himself in the fighter meetings, and he said, yeah, we kept our distance. Cardenas said, yeah, after we found out that we were fighting one another, we weren't really working in the same circles, but I'll admit, I shot him my attention watching him from afar, just glances at a time, just to try and pick up anything he could before they came back to the U.S.
That's a smart man right there.
Good counter from Cardenas, trying to fight off the active hands of Vaca.
Vaca is a little fast. Yeah, some speed to him.
Fast. Looks like a long reach for a 122-pounder. An aggressive Mexican fighter who's been a pro for nearly 8 years. Has 20 more rounds of pro experience than Cardenas. He's been the busier fighter over the first 2 rounds.
Cardenas is looking for that hook.
Vaca able to block that left hook from Cardenas. Vaca looks like a fighter brimming with confidence. He said it's coming from his training camp. He had great preparation for this night. He knows another loss would deal him a pretty big setback in the 122-pound division. Good exchange as these two bring the fight back to the middle of the ring. Vaca feeling himself in round 2.
I think it's about to start heating up now. I like the styles of both fighters, though.
Taking a look at some of the action from the second round. And Vaca was rocked, maybe with the most impactful punch of the round, despite being the busier fighter in the second.
Third round, okay? Mouthpiece.
This is Cardenas' 11th time fighting in the U.S., his 5th time in Stockton. He made his U.S. debut in Stockton in just his second pro fight.
I want to see Cardenas get a little more busy. Set up that jab.
Well, there it is. Good combo. Jab not included, but a solid straight right to the head, followed by the left to the body. When you have a typical Mexican fighter in front of you, what's your first rule of thumb, Ray?
First rule is get on that jab. Pick your feet up. Because you know they're going to come forward. They're going to be tough. And touch the body.
Cardenas meeting Vaca at close range. Scrapes the uppercut.
Both fighters doing great work this round.
Cardenas shown that solid defense.
Good stab jab.
Vaca a step too slow in the third round with some of these punch output. Left uppercut comes in from Vaca. Answers back from Cardenas. That jab landed between the guard. Cardenas looking for his 15th consecutive win and trying to enter one of the sanctioning body's top 10 rankings to close out the year. He called it a goal of his before his last fight in April, before he suffered the knee injury. He had hoped to have been on the last show involving Diego Pacheco, the one in Frisco, Texas at the Star, which was headlined by his stablemate, Bam Rodriguez. And that knee injury kept him out of action all summer.
That's good work right there.
Both fighters closing the distance. And a good sneaky right hand landing flush on Vaca from Cardenas to close out the round. It looks more and more like Arturo Cardenas is timing up his opponent as the seconds go by.
Yeah.
That's Shannon, cut woman, Cesar Vaca. Receiving instructions from his trainer, Carlos Franco. Vaca going for career win number 20 here in Stockton. Bringing in a 19-2-1 record with 12 stoppages.
Seca la esquina.
Body shot from Cardenas.
Cardenas landing more effective punches. The cleaner shots on Vaca. There's a left hand by Vaca. Now he's shelling up.
Vaca's trying to be the stalker now.
Will it pay off for him? Also, will the tempo pick up? It's been an anticipated war all week between these two. Will we have it as we move to the middle rounds of this fight?
That's a good move.
Pumping up the right hand. 2 punches from Cardenas. He's showing off some angles.
I like how relaxed Cardenas is. Just so poised.
It's a steady demeanor for Arturo Cardenas. Been in the gym this training camp with Brandon Rios, with Chop Chop Gonzalez. Tried to go to the body there. Vaca covering it up. Slipping down that right elbow. Protecting the liver. Less than a minute to go in the fourth. There's a right hand connecting. Oh, Vaca with his most impressive combo and accurate combo of the fight thus far. Now he slips the jab through the guard again. Oh. Vaca walking down Cardenas. Cardenas trying to fight himself off the ropes. And now the action picking up a bit in the closing seconds of round 4. Oh. Good exchange. As the bell goes off, Ray, I think we're inching toward the battle we want.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I've been wanting to see. That's what I've been waiting for. I think the time is now. They about to start thumping.
This is the action from the 4th round. Both fighters landing their respective punches. And now, let's see if we'll have a battle at the start of round 5. Cardenas going for his 15th straight win, trying to improve to 9-1 in U.S. fights. He stands in the way of Cesar Vaca's 20th pro win. Now the jabs come out to start the 5th. Quality jabs landed by Cardenas.
Okay, stop. Time here. Time. Sorry. Time in. Let's go.
Got a patch fall off the trunks.
There's a nice jab.
The jab for Cardenas. Perhaps at its best in this 5th round. If he's able to throw that more consistently, that is going to be a big obstacle for Vaca.
Yeah, definitely. And it's going to help set up a lot of other shots.
Winding left hook followed by a right from Cardenas. Going back to the body with that jab as well.
Nice little angle there.
The flow has been crisp from Cardenas to start the 5th. Able to wiggle in an uppercut moments ago as well.
Cardenas starting to heat up.
This with an overhand right.
Good defense.
Beautiful boxing from Cardenas here. That was a nice sequence, turning defense into offense. There's a right hand that gets passed and landed by Vaca. Oh, connect with that right hand. It was there for Cardenas.
Yeah, he in his groove now.
Oh, and a left hand, a punisher by Cardenas. Arturo Cardenas with his best showing of the fight so far in this 5th round. Vaca fighting back, quality shot to the body. Vaca, the fighter, coming forward in these final seconds of the 5th round. This has been a good Mexican chess match thus far. Cardenas, perhaps his best round of the fight, as he tries to inch away from his opponent.
That was a beautiful shot.
Here's a look at some of that action from the 5th round. There's that left hand. That was awfully pretty by Cardenas.
Atrás. Mouthpiece. 6. Go.
Start of round 6 between Cardenas and Vaca here in Stockton. And right out of the gate, a land from Cardenas with that left punch. Cardenas looking to move to 17-0-1. Try and help himself into that top 10 ranking at 122 pounds. He told us at the press conference back on Thursday when asked point blank about the dream opponents. Inoue, Nakatani. Yes, he acknowledged that those are the obstacles in his way, but he later clarified, I don't care about those big names. Whomever is holding a belt, that's who I want. They're in my way of achieving my goal.
That's the mindset to have right there. It's about the belts.
Three-punch combo from Vaca. Quality exchanges right in the middle of the ring from these two gentlemen.
That jab is beautiful.
If you're Robert Garcia in Cardenas' corner, is your man throwing the jab enough?
I would tell him to throw it a little bit more. Up and downstairs.
Clips the top of the head of Vaca moments ago.
Sometimes double it, triple it.
Good right hand to the body. Cardenas moving off the back foot, getting out of the way of those punches by Vaca. Right uppercut from Vaca moments ago.
A lot of action in this round.
It is lively. Punches are flowing. A very competitive 6th round. And you could look at it another way. Good bounce back round by Vaca.
Yeah, definitely.
We've reached round 7. This one's scheduled for 10. Round by round, the intensity is dialed up. The punch output feels like it's increased as well. Vaca and Cardenas going at it. Two fighters who were training in Japan at the same time that this fight was finalized, meeting in the middle of the ring here in Stockton. And Vaca coming out, landing some effective punches here on Cardenas. Cardenas has fought well off the back foot for this fight when he's had to, and a good counter from Cardenas. There's the body work.
Both guys are in shape, not even breathing hard.
Might be that Japanese experience.
Yeah.
Cardenas said the speed is something that you wouldn't believe. It is something that really stands out being in the gym with all those fighters.
Out there? Yeah, I believe it. A lot of those guys is fast over there.
Two-punch combo, and then Cardenas gets on the move. Angles the other way.
I think I'm going to go do a camp in Japan.
Have you ever been?
Nah. I want to go though.
Both fighters said that they'd definitely be interested in returning there for more work. It was Vaca's second time there. For Cardenas, it was his first. Again, a camp in the Tekken gym. It was leading up to the fight for Takuma Inoue. Both ate well.
Yeah.
Cardenas loved the ramen. Vaca said the best thing he had was all the Wagyu.
I gotta go try it.
All right, Ray Ford just booked the training camp in Japan.
Definitely.
Oh! Right hand, Cardenas! It lands Vaca right on the canvas. Was it a flash knockdown? A knockdown nonetheless here in the 7th. Vaca quickly up to his feet after tasting that right hand by Arturo Cardenas.
Okay, stop. No punch.
Statement made for Cardenas here in the 7th. We will see how Vaca responds. Here's a look at some of the action from that 7th. And there it is. Just a straight one-punch right hand that sent Vaca back.
Yeah, he's undisciplined, not bringing his hand back up. I don't think he's hurt, though.
I don't think so either. And in a fight this competitive, this close, what do you say to Cesar Vaca coming out of the corner here to start round 8?
I just tell him try to sweep these last 3 rounds, box clean.
That 7th round knockdown, it could prove very costly for Vaca. Could be the separator in what has been a very entertaining fight thus far between two fighters that you see respect one another. And you're right, you said it earlier, it does look like they've sparred in the past. Tripling up the jab. Cardenas on the heels of that right hand knockdown last round, peppering Vaca upstairs with the jab now.
Get that double up. That was nice.
It was nice. Vaca partially blocking it. I don't know if he blocked that one.
He's stealing some moves from Cardenas.
What are you going to take away with you most?
That double up to the body.
Cardenas having Vaca in the corner. Connecting there with a couple of punches. Vaca trying to respond. Moving corner to corner. Inside 30 seconds here in round 8. It's scheduled for 10. With the WBC regional belt on the line. Potentially a top 10 ranking at stake for Arturo Cardenas. Right hand. That Vaca eats cleanly. That has been the money punch for Arturo Cardenas here tonight. And now he has Vaca in trouble. Solid exchange. Cardenas slipping away from Cesar Vaca here in the championship rounds.
Cardenas definitely has all the momentum right now.
Here's some of the action from that 8th round.
Protector, 9, atrás, atrás. Go.
Round 9 between these two tough Mexicans. Tell you what, the Tekken Gym and Takuma Inoue, they picked the right sparring partners to come over.
Yeah. Because both of them is nice.
There's that left hand that Cardenas has been throwing in recent rounds. He's been the fighter that's been more busy to the body.
Yeah.
Cardenas blocking that left hook to the body by Vaca. Vaca comes up empty, swinging with that left hook upstairs. It's the angling by Cardenas that is gaining momentum for this 25-year-old.
Good shot.
3-punch combo by Cardenas. A rhythm being fallen into for Arturo Cardenas. Left hook lands by Cardenas again.
In total control right now. The body shot.
It's a rare miss for Cardenas, a clean miss. uppercut followed by a right hand. Cardenas setting those punches up by, again, addressing the body. There it is again. Vaca connecting. Right hand swiping Cardenas. And now Vaca trying to hunt the body as these seconds tick down to end the night. Good Cardenas again gaining momentum. Tenth round coming up. Arturo Cardenas in the second half of this fight has done a good job of slowing down Cesar Vaca. How has he done it, Ray?
Staying calm, staying poised, and picking his shots well. Little stabs to the body, and just automatically, just all around, just using his IQ. I felt like later on down the stretch, Vaca started to break a little bit, and Cardenas started pulling away. So great fight, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 10th and final round.
Mouthpiece.
This building continues to fill up as they file in for the main card beginning in about a half hour from now. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on DAZN, leading into Pacheco Sadjo, the main event. Here, Arturo Cardenas and Cesar Vaca putting on a terrific show. Over 10 rounds in our Before the Bell main event. Vaca was the faster boxer out of the gate in the early rounds, but he and Cardenas meeting one another for most of the early rounds, for most of the first half of the fight. Cardenas then recording a knockdown with a brilliant right hand. In the 7th, Vaca answering with a left hook of his own here in the 10th. And you wonder if that might have hurt Cardenas. Vaca feels he's found new life in the final round. He may need a knockdown or a knockout to win this.
Vaca's going for it.
Vaca looking to hit a home run in Stockton, trying to avoid a second straight defeat. After falling to Sam Goodman in May, Vaca in danger of dropping another one here to Cardenas. With the 25-year-old out of the Garcia Boxing Academy keeping his composure in this 10th round. Scored the knockdown in the 7th. He's looked sharp to the body. He's landed the more effective punches. And here, he's digging himself out of some adversity as he bangs back with a right hand in the 10th.
Vaca's got to let his hands go right there when he's against that group. That's his time to shine.
Cardenas angling out. Less than a minute to go.
See, like right now, he should be letting his hands go.
Right hand lands from Cardenas on the back foot. Again, Vaca has his opponent in the corner, not throwing the hands here in the 10th round. Nevertheless, it has been an entertaining bout at 122 pounds. And that punch certainly felt. Cardenas coming forward, throwing the combos. Arturo Cardenas clipping the chin of Vaca in the closing seconds of a quality performance. These two acknowledging and respecting one another as the final bell goes. And Arturo Cardenas looks like he has potentially picked up a 15th consecutive win. It'll go to the scorecards. Did Cardenas, as it appeared, do enough in the second half of that fight for a convincing decision in the eyes of the judges? But that was a terrific final 10th round. It's also the type of fight that you love to see, especially in a part like this in Northern California. You see Team Garcia along the apron. This was a step-up opponent for Arturo. It is a much tougher opponent than the one he faced in AC back in April. And coming on the other side of that knee injury he suffered, he acquitted himself nicely. But we will see what the judges think. Again, this was a very nice showing from Cesar Vaca, going toe-to-toe with Arturo Cardenas here in Stockton.
Yeah, I love to see Vaca again, definitely.
It's the action to close out the 10th round. It was certainly entertaining. We will see what the judges think as we are ready to make this one official. Let's go into the ring with David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action here in Stockton, we go to the judges' score totals, and they read as follows. Fernando Villarreal and Melissa McMorrow both scored about 98 to 91. Joel Farbstein scores about 97 to 92, all three. For your winner by unanimous decision, he's still undefeated and still the WBC Continental America Super Bantamweight Champion, Arturo Cardenas.
15 consecutive wins for Arturo Cardenas. He picks up the unanimous decision victory over Cesar Vaca in a fantastic finish here on Before the Bell. The WBC Continental America Super Bantamweight title around the waist. And for Cardenas, he will hopefully go into the new year, he hopes, with a top 10 ranking in one of the sanctioning bodies, perhaps the WBC, as his title quest continues. He gets his hand raised here in Stockton. Terrific fight, Ray. Terrific fight.
Definitely.
The type that you want to see from rising prospects on the Before the Bell platform.
Battle tested. Definitely like what I see.
So Cardenas victorious in Stockton. The crowd acknowledging Cesar Vaca as well. Main card coming up in a little while. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. We're expecting fireworks here in Stockton ahead of Pacheco Sadjo.
Diego Pacheco, the man many believe is the future of the super middleweight division, looks to prove that the future is now as he takes on the heavy-handed French destroyer, Kevin Lele Sadjo.
Tremendous shot from Kevin Sadjo.
The two undefeated wrecking machines have combined for 41 knockouts in 50 fights. And when they collide, you can forget about the judges.
Can he absorb?
Is Pacheco ready to take that next step and earn his shot at the legend sitting atop the division?
Diego Pacheco continues to live up to the hype.
Or will Sadjo's fear-inducing, thudding power launch him straight into the title picture? Pacheco, Sadjo, a banger guaranteed, and it starts now.
Inside Adventist Health Arena as we get set for the main card coming up at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific.